T.B.Photo X1.5TFX and welcome back to another video. Well, this time I'm, as you can see, in my parents' greenhouse. I've been, I have this week off because it's midsummer's on Friday. So yeah. I have been, it's a little bit past due this video, or rather, but that's, life's what happens when you make other plans, because I have basically school's out now and I am finished with school for the time being, and I've started a new job, and unfortunately also I got a week with a nasty head cold. So yeah, that's basically why I haven't been around making videos for a while. But anyway, after doing some yard work now, I thought like, okay, let's just do a video, and instead of being inside where preparations for midsummer is being made, I thought, well, I'll just go out and do it in the greenhouse. But anyway, it's a little bit humid in here, but anyway, okay. Photo bag with me, I think it's in the picture, and so on. Excuse me. Yeah, a little bit of the remnants of the cold is still with me, still bothering me. But anyway, I went to the local Red Cross here where I live, or rather now where my parents live, here in Gävle, and I browsed around a little bit and I found a camera for sale, and I paid $40 for this, 400 Swedish kroner. I'm roughly estimating here that $1 is about 10 Swedish kroner. But anyway, I have it here in the bag, and you guys who have followed me for a while now, you might think this is sacrilege, because here we go, Canon. Guys, I am mostly a Nikon and Mamiya shooter, but this little kit I couldn't pass up because it was a 3-piece kit for $40, 400 Swedish. And what camera is it? Well, it is nothing else than the Canon FT QL. So this is an old camera, it's from the 60s, yeah, as you can see here. So, camera from the 1960s, and first of all, it came with the kit lens for this. It's the 50mm 1.8, f1.8, so it is a 50mm prime lens, and it came with its leather casing, complete. So I'll just put this back together if I may, and I can just put it on the side here. Anyway. There we go, such. There we go, excuse my snorting. But anyway, here we go. I know that I did a comment on Dan Bullman Photography not too long ago, when I, yesterday I think it was, when I bought this. And Dan was doing a video, have done in the past a video about the successor to this camera, the FTB. But this is the original. It runs on a button cell, I think it's 3.5 volt battery. Normally it's supposed to be the mercury type, but those are illegal, so you can get the NiCad or whatever, equal thing, but NiCad instead. But anyway, it has not NiCad, Canon. I have to remind myself all the time, Canon. Canon's old bayonet fitting, or rather breech lock fitting, I would say. Such, turn it. I don't remember what this mount is called. Put it in the comment section below if you know it. But anyway, it's a good camera, and it has shutter speeds. Well, we'll just go through the features of the base camera from the beginning. First of all, this was one of Canon's first cameras with spot TTL metering. So it's an early bird when it comes to TTL. But that also means that this camera can only do stop down TTL metering, which means that you have this little lever here on the side. Excuse me. That is both the timed release, and also you have this little contraption on the bottom here. Yeah, You can have a lock feature as such, or just momentary depressing. This is actually the stop down lever and the time release built into one. So either you can have it like so, that you have the momentary function for the stop down, or you can lock it into stop down mode. And this lens, the the kit 50mm, this particular version goes from 1.8 down to f16. But it's a fairly decent one. It is down to 1.6 of a 1 or 60 centimeters, I should say. Excuse me. 2 feet 60 centimeter. That's the max, the closest focusing distance of this camera. Also, if we go to the other side, it has a 3mm PC sync port here and a mirror up lever. As I've understood also, this camera is a little bit special because it's the black edition. Normally this came in a silver, two-tone silver and black, but this is a full black version, which I've understood is a little bit less common. But anyway, those are the controls on the front face of the camera. You have the, as stated, the PC sync port, the mirror up lever, the lock function for the step down metering, which is either this momentary or the locked feature. Also, as we stated, you have the yeah, we're just gonna do a little test of the, come on, there we go. Yeah, so those are basically the front features. Also, most of these lenses have either a automatic or a manual setting, so you can use automatic stop down or manual stop down. Yeah, but also on the bottom here you have a tripod socket, you have the rewind, you know, the clutch for the winding mechanism, so you can rewind the film, and also here you have the locking mechanism for opening the back. So if we open the back, we can see why this is the QL version. It has Canon's proprietary, you know, quick loading system, which basically meant that you put your cartridge, 35mm cartridge here, you take the leader, put it to the red spot here, and basically then you just close it and wind normally. Rather, you should do a little bit of rewind on the rewind crank here and see that it follows when you take the shots, so that it loads properly. Yeah, but anyway, also in the prism finder, because this is a real pentaprism, good quality, this one has a needle dial, a needle metering for the camera, and a little bit of a circle also on the right side of the viewfinder. The needle is basically the light meter, and it's a center-weighted spot type hybrid, something like that, according to the Wikipedia page. But also, what you're supposed to do is to make the needle go in the center of the little circle that is painted in the prism finder, and then you will have a correct exposure. Yeah, and also on the top, as stated, you have the winding mechanism. This is for releasing the film canister, but it won't open the film back or film door. You have a battery check lever, and I think this is the only function on this camera that is a little bit wonky. Otherwise, it functions very well indeed. I haven't tested it with film yet, but that's a future project. But anyway, also you have the shutter speed dial, and it goes from 1/1000th of a second down to a complete 1 second exposure and bulb mode, which is kind of good for a camera of this age. And I think that most of the yeah, let's do half a second and even 1 second and bulb mode. Yeah, most shutter speed seems to work, at least. Granted, it works better on the higher shutter speeds. I think that the 1 second one is a little bit, what should we say, stiff. But maybe a little bit of oil and it will work a treat. Also, you have the shutter release that is threaded for a remote trigger, a bulb trigger or whatever you want to have, and you have a lock feature, so you can have it on A for automatic and L for locked, so you can't do an exposure. You have the film advance lever, and a little bit of a frame counter in the upper window here that goes back to 0 when you open and close the film bag. So now it's on S for start or empty. Also, if you raise up the shutter speed dial a little bit, you can actually change the ASA and I think there are two types here. It's ASA and DIN numbers, and for ASA, which is basically the same as ISO that we use today, it goes from ASA 25 all the way up to a maximum of 1600 or 1600. So that's a little bit of the features of this camera, and also you have a cold shoe on the top here. So you have the 3mm and a cold shoe. So yeah, you have a couple of accessories that you can use on it, and yeah, it's a good system. But also for the in the kit of this, I also got this little lens here, which is a the Canon lens made in Japan, Canon lens FL 135mm f3.5. It's another prime lens. Also, automatic and manual. Same bayonet mount. Good stuff. No fungus or separation or anything as I can see. Yeah, I'll try it with film in the future. But here's also the third part that came into this system. It is, and also here's the price tag from the Red Cross, 400 Swedish for the entire kit. And let's see here, how should we do it? Yeah, whatever. Put it like so. And it's the 200mm f4.5. It's also lens made in Japan, Canon lens FL 200mm. Yeah, built-in metal lens hood. Good stuff. It is focusing down to 2.5 meters. Yep, 2.5 meters is the minimum focus distance, and it goes from aperture f4.5 down to 22. So yeah, we'll do something like, yeah, there we go. So yeah, for $40 or 400 Swedish kronor, I think you can't really go wrong with this little system. Granted, I'm not that much of a fan of it. I'm not that much of a Canon user. I'm more into Nikon, but this little setup for the price given, I thought it was a no-brainer. So in the future I will definitely do a video when I'm testing this out with a little bit of film. But anyway, also while I have been away from YouTube, it turns out I have actually blown the 500 subscriber milestone. So yeah, that's quite insane actually. So now I'm gonna do a 500 subscriber video special. But that's basically when my sinuses has cleared up a little bit better, so I'm not snorting in it, sounding disgusting and so on. But anyway, thank you. Oh, just a prelude for that. Thank you all so very much for all the support, the wonderful comments, all the thumbs ups and likes and so on. Really humbling, really grateful for all the support. But anyway, I think that will do for now, and yeah, I just wanted to show this off and a little bit of a different setting. Yeah, so anyway, this is Tobias Bergström from T.B.Photo X1.5 TFX, and I'd like to see you guys in the next video. And as always, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. So take care from now on. Bye.